Hello everyone and welcome back to Abernathy Academy, a Kids on Brooms game for credimented actual plays. My name is Kaleb Wade, my pronouns are he, they, and I am your MC for this magically dangerous adventure. With me are four fantastic people who you should invite to your cookout because it's going to change every single time. Last time they passed the vibe check, this time you should invite them to your cookout. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with Exel.
Hello everybody, that's me, I'm Extel, Extra the King. I'm playing Marcus King. Hello. Thanks for having me. Pronouns, both of our pronouns are he, him. Yeah, it's a good time.
Starting off strong. Morshadi.
Hi, I'm Morshadi. I'm everywhere. I'm playing Juan Talapa, who apparently just really doesn't know how to mind his business and criticizes people's shoes.
I still don't know what's wrong with my shoes.
Nothing. Your shoes are great. You gotta switch them out a little bit. It's the formal's coming up.
His shoes
Jordans,
whack.
No.
Lola.
Hi, I am Lola, pronouns they, them. I will be playing Amara. Amara, whose pronouns are also they, them.
Amara, depends on your tax bracket.
Just pretend. No, just
It's gonna be a good
depends
episode.
on the familiar that I lost down my throat for a second there.
No!
No.
You know, the familiar that you had someone copy and force Emra to relive? Yeah, that one,
no,
Caleb.
No. Emma is not too happy with Rowan about that. But
Y'all can talk it through. So,
honestly,
hey,
Rowan, what the
hey
fuck?
yo, Shadow Witch, that was fucked up. And last but certainly not least, Anita.
Anita. Hey everybody, Anita here. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns. Today I'll be playing Detroit DeVille, also known as D. They use she, her, and they, them pronouns as well. There's demon magic in their head. Let's get started.
What?
So, anyone want to do a recap? What happened last session?
Alright, so boom. We start out with everybody just like at their houses, in their homes, like getting ready for the school year to come. It is interesting as we start with like our divination major Juan, getting some ill omens. We all had the same, like, pretty wacky dream. And Juan talked to, like, the village elders and, like, the magic people in his home, and they were like, yeah, that's concerning, but still go to school. We need you to go to school. Bad dreams are not going to get you out of going to school. I'm so sorry, bestie. We take this magic rainbow elevator in the sky to the magic town that sits outside of the magic school, outside of space and time. And Juan does not like flying. It's uncomfy, but we make it through. Next, we go to Marcus King, who's just absolutely gorgeous. A sexy man, just boxing, like, got the sweat pouring down, got the boxing gloves on. It's just, it's incredible. This man has a giant snake. And it's epic and awesome, and we love to see him. He's going through, like, doing his workout, getting ready, and he also heads to school, where he ends up being clueless and flirting with this really cool fire magic person. He is giving himbo with just how oblivious he is to all of the beautiful person right in front of him, being like, hey, I kind of like you. I saved you a pastry. Like, they didn't say I kind of like you, but they did say, I saved you a pastry. Hey, what do you think about the formal? Hey, like, doing all that. It's clueless and precious, and we love it. Next, we see Detroit, who's just getting absolutely harassed by her familiar cat. As it happens every day. But it's cool. Like, Dee is so excited to get back to Abernathy Academy, it don't even matter. She gets dressed, gets everything ready, kisses her dad on the head before dipping out the door, and flying up to the Magic Town space where we get all of our books, where immediately they see the love of their life.
I do want to ask you before you continue, do you remember what that space is called?
I do not. I'm so sorry.
It's called
besties.
the Arcane Avenue.
The Arcane Avenue. We love alliteration. We get to the Arcane Avenue, and Dee begins to absolutely harass the love of her life, Janira Evenwood, who is right in the middle of, like, shopping for school supplies with her sister.
I think the words "summertime fine" were mentioned.
Summertime fine.
Summertime
The
fine.
goddamn winter. And it's true. It's true. The rumors are true. Jane is fine as fuck. And he is just speaking the truth. Like,
The allegations are correct. Yeah.
This ends up exhausting Jane and amusing Jane's sister, and they make their way to Abernathy Academy together, and then we find ourselves in Abernathy Academy with Emira, who's been enjoying having break just by themselves and not, like, really having to really mask, like, how they really use their power. And they've been hanging out with the Defense Against Malicious Magic professor, Joshua. I don't remember. Like, they're just Josh. They're Josh. They're cool.
Bellwether.
Joshua Bellwether. Professor Bellwether is in the dorm checking on Emira, and, like, also Emira's just been having, like, weird dreams as well. We all have the weird dreams, but sort of like getting mentally prepared for another year at school. And then we get to the spot. Everybody's, like, meeting up. It's cool. It's chill. Dee is talking to people, doing Dee's thing. And then Headmistress Abernathy just ruins the vibes. Apparently there is a curfew going on now. Like, there is a Apate Moon Festival. There is no such thing as an Apate Moon, which every single person in the astronomy department will tell you. There's a lot happening. We are full-grown adults. We can...
It's a pate, but that's fine.
That's how
You-
unimportant it is.
You will hush, because it don't exist. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Apate, aperitif doesn't matter. It don't exist.
It's the appetizer moon formal.
Apparently, people have been getting sick, and apparently diseases only travel in the nighttime, because why else would Headmistress Abernathy make a curfew because of the spread of deadly diseases? People are pissed. The health majors don't know what's going on. The astrology majors don't know what's going on. There's a formal, and people are having to leave school. It's not great, bestie. We end up going to Defense Against Malicious Magics class.
Am I gonna have to change the name of the class because it's Defense Against Harmful Magic?
Harmful magics. Defense Against Harmful Magics. You know, harmful, malicious, it's fine. A little bit of malice is okay.
Also, do you want to make mention on what the sickness does?
The sickness apparently gets rid of your magic, and you can't cast magic no more. So people have to, like, leave the school. It's not great. So people are getting sick, not being able to cast magic. D and the other prefects get together and are like, okay, we're getting the safe sex bulletin boards up. Everybody's carrying condoms. We're, like, passing out masks. We're, like, doing hand washing things.
About that.
Now reminded of a certain conversation too. Yeah.
And yeah, like, also, like, Marcus and D do have a convo about, like, oh, Marcus is nervous because, oh my goodness, a cute person asked me to the formal, what do I do? And D is like, oh, Marcus is...
I think at this point, no one needs to listen to the first episode.
Marcus is 6'6". Marcus is 6'6". Marcus is gorgeous. Marcus probably got game. Let me provide Marcus with the tools needed to be healthy. You know, you can edit this as much as you need to.
I'm not going to.
But yeah, like
we ended in defense.
We talk about that. Juan comes through and it's like, boy, what are those? You need better shoes. You need to rizz up your game before you have between now and the end of the semester to rizz up your game for the Appetite Moon Festival. So they go off and are probably doing something to rizz up Marcus King, which I'm sure will be hilarious and full of misadventures. Meanwhile, I'm not sure if it's meanwhile, but, like, later, Emera is like, yo, the shadows are being super weird. They follow, like, a bird, that's made of shadows.
No,
and
they follow the shadow of their now dead familiar.
That's
that
so
then
true,
leads them
bestie.
to a hidden corridor that then turns into a bird that reveals Dulcinea Abernathy as if on a loop saying, it's fine, they won't find out, it's fine, they won't find out, it's fine, they won't find out, with a mysterious voice saying, don't trust her, she's lying to you.
Emera's got some demons. And that is between them and their gods and their magic, and we love and support them in any and every way. They do get that message from like from Headmistress Abernathy. Oh,
Rowan Abernathy is sending a message from outside.
Who is Dulcinea Abernathy's grandchild.
He's sending a message to Emera.
Yeah.
Emera.
And like a kind like cleaning lady comes through and it's like, bestie, are you taking care of yourself? Are you okay? It's a sweet moment.
Also, said cleaning lady says, I got the scoop.
Yeah.
And tells Emera about Rowan. While also showing Emera a series of like a mystic tunnel system that if you set your intention, it will take you anywhere in the school.
That's so cool.
And I'm pretty sure that takes us to like we're in like October-ish now in the semester. We're like we've gotten in
It's been a few weeks. Yeah.
And this person shows up in a shadow Corvette with a chauffeur like driver like escorting them in and magically just projects the words, where is
Dulcinea Abernathy.
Dulcinea Abernathy, to every single person on campus with demon magic. Right in the middle of Defense Against Harmful Magic's class.
Abernathy is mad at Dulcinea.
So, to clarify, a large looming shadow blackbird grew from the farthest corners of the campus in which a 1993 maroon Ford Ranger drove through it, powered by basically hellfire, skidded across the snowy grounds, and just kind of dinged the statue of Dulcinea Abernathy. After all of the bird-type familiars froze and looked out the window as if to hearken this coming. And that's where we're going to pick up. After the words, where is Dulcinea Abernathy, come through all of your minds simultaneously, Professor Joshua Bellwether's like, oh no. He clears his throat. He gets... I think in this moment, all of you see that, and Emera, you know this. You see this stage presence come forth, where shoulders are back, head up high, and he looks at all of you and goes, prefects, take the students back to your houses. We will handle this. And whatever you're about to see, no, you didn't. And Joshua sort of like exhales and holds his hands out and goes, as this sort of like portal sort of spirals open. But it's different from the portal that is used for the Arcane Avenue. This is something completely different. And you know, Detroit, this is not allowed. Within what you can see from the portal is this winding path, like all of these winding paths, all interconnected, all intertwined, with people walking upside down on them and through them. And Joshua just sort of looks at all of you and goes, remember, no you didn't. And Joshua just walks through, disappearing.
Can I dash after Joshua?
Make me... Ooh, okay. Make me a flight check. Difficulty of 13.
I have to explore for this. Okay.
I believe in you.
I mean, you also have adversity tokens.
But I thought you said
this would be a snap decision. Yes, so no, you do not have adversity tokens.
Could I, given my knowledge and closeness to Joshua,
already bargaining, I love it.
yes, could I in some way have knowledge of this magic and be able to strengthen it somehow? Because if we're already throwing the the magic out with the bathwater, can we lean in?
Ooh, if you want to do that, I will make this a grit roll.
Okay.
So either flight or grit, add your magic die, and with your knowledge of Joshua, let's make it an 11.
Okay.
This is still a snap
My
decision.
flight is still better than my grit. Let's do. It's gonna be a flight roll because my grit is not better. And okay.
You need to hit an 11.
Let's see. Oh, so bad. so bad.
Those were all ones, so
Yeah,
please take an
those are
adversity
3.
token.
Yeah.
And you failed by more than 5. So as you reach out and try to strengthen this magic that you're sort of used to, that you know is not purely arcane, something deep within you stirs. Something that you perhaps thought you left behind. And it says, "This isn't for you."
I think Amara is sort of had gone to reach out to do it, and then is frozen in shock, in panic at the same time as they want to know what's going on, but this is so much deeper and scarier than, well, anything that could possibly be going on outside.
I can just imagine the shot of Emerald about to reach forward, and then like the scene sort of like freeze frames as the voice goes calmly, "This isn't for you." As we sort of like zoom out of Emra's face and we see the portal close behind Joshua Bellwether. I mean, y'all could try and run out.
D is going to say, absolutely not. Grab the broom, fly up so that like they're visible to everybody like in the classroom, and just be like, or like I'm imagining this as like a lecture hall or some type of thing.
Hall, yeah.
And just be like, alright, history of magic majors, history of magic house, let's go quickly back to our house on the double. I felt demon magic. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
As soon as you say demon magic, everyone starts to like slowly like mutter and like panic, like demon magic. What do they mean? Oh my gosh, demon magic. That's not allowed. Demon magic. And like everyone starts to sort of like file out. The prefect sort of like lead everyone out, and like we can see sort of like the collections of students like from the various other classes going back to their houses. Those who have not left the room yet, give me a brains roll. Difficulty of 10.
Can I take half?
You can. This is the planned action.
What was the
Can
difficulty?
I'm gonna use adversity tokens
10.
on that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can add, yeah.
Man, we'll use 3 of those then.
Now I explode.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
The dice tell the story. The difficulty is 10. And I would say for Detroit, since you have like a bird's eye view, your difficulty is 8.
Yeah, I have a D20 and I'm on my broom, so I get a +1 to brains checks. So it's 11 automatically if I take half.
Love that. So all of you in sort of the panic, you all see Pyrrhus sort of like get their familiar Ember, who is sort of like shaken out of like the trance of all like the bird familiars. And they don't go back to their dorm. They seem to have joined a few students who are very curious. Like everyone's like, ooh, like what's it? Like a car accident, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and like Pyrrhus is going to sort of like mutters a spell and grabs like this sort of like brown, like very kind of warm, earthy like pea coat because it's cold out there. And is joining some students and seeing what's going on outside.
Gonna follow them.
Yeah.
Marcus sort of like is sort of just standing there, like he stood up and he's kind of just like looking, trying to figure out what's going on, and he sees Pyrrhus. He's gonna try to catch up to them. And just be like, shouldn't we get back to? This seems rather above our pay grade, so to speak, you know?
Something doesn't feel right. I need to know what it is.
All right. I'm coming with you then.
You've seen determination on Pyrrhus before, but this feels different. This feels just like it's like they're sort of connecting dots for themselves. And they're trying to figure it all out. They're in their April O'Neil kind of vibe.
I am right by their side.
Juan, what are you doing?
So I was like, reluctantly, following Detroit because, they're right. It's the right thing to do. But and I did notice Pyrrhus, and I was like, what? And I see Marcus heading.
And now Marcus, yeah.
Now Marcus.
And perhaps Emera?
I did follow because this person has also been in my head in previous times, and I have a bit of a bone to pick with them. But I want to see Dulcinea get her a comeuppance first.
So I just kind of stopped, right at the doorway of the lecture hall, and I just kind of like turn around and just kind of put my hands in my pocket and just kind of like follow right behind them, just kind of like a puppy dog, just like
do. So Detroit, you see 3 of your friends going to go outside. What are you going to do?
Well, friends is a strong word. I'm just saying.
Where is
fine?
Jane
2 of your
going?
friends and 1 person you interact with.
An acquaintance. Yeah.
Where is Jane going?
Jane is going to follow.
Jane is going outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah. Is the rest of my house on their way back to dorms?
Yeah. You see that Professor Jacqueline Yoshida, who is 5'9", she's a Japanese woman. If I had a face claim for her, it'd be Naoko Mori. She's sort of leading students, and she's sort of she sees Janira following the other students, but it's just do I stop everything to try and get her, or do I get all these students safe? And she chooses to get all the students safe. And she sort of looks at you, with this sort of look that goes like, keep each other safe.
Wild. Professor Yoshi ships it. And that's all I needed.
You just need an authority figure who's an ally.
Ally, yes.
Ally.
Absolutely. Is honestly like, because this doesn't seem like Jane to just go off. And I was noticing Emera was acting a little weird as well. And of course, like, as long as everyone in the History of Magic course is, all of the History of Magic house people are on their way back to their dorms, they're gonna get there safely. Dee's gonna go chase after Jane, just to make sure she's okay, because that's a weird thing that they're doing right now. And I'll sort of like fly down after them, and see what their sort of demeanor is. Why are they like walking towards the magic danger sign?
You've always known Janira Evenwood to be a curious sort. Someone who always wants to understand, not condemn, other styles of magic. And if she can get a glimpse of infernal magic, since she probably clocked it as quickly as you did, why shouldn't she? And isn't that hot?
Now win, yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like Dee zooms down on the broom, like, goes up to Jane just to be like, hey, your house is going that way, and you're going the opposite way.
So is
and
your
we'll just
house.
like, and like goes up with the intention of like saying that, and then like sees her determined face, and it's just like, my God.
What
Yeah,
a
I don't know
woman.
what's happening, but I'm down. Let's go.
So the six of you, Pyrrhus, Marcus, Juan, Emera, Detroit, and Janira, all walk out. It's very cold. It's winter. They've somehow managed to simulate the seasons in this pocket dimension. But as you walk out, you see Joshua Bellwether is the first to arrive with the professors through that portal that he created. And then within a swirl of sort of like snow-coated petals is the herbology professor, Professor Adriana Florescu, who is a sort of like 5'11" Romanian woman with like very long, dark, curly brown hair. And she looks like she's been crying for days. Because if you remember, her entire school has most of her school has been decimated by this sickness.
I immediately am just like start making my way over to the professor. Like, we have a contentious relationship because I challenge everything they say. Like, I'm like, you know, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You don't understand some of the really deep down nature. Yours is very regimented kind of herbology, but like I secretly respect.
I don't know if Juan has noticed this, but every time he has challenged Professor Florescu, she just smiles because like this kid gets it.
But like on the outside, if anyone ever says anything about Professor Florescu, I like immediately jump to their defense. I'm like, no. You don't understand though. You don't understand. Like what they're doing is like this, but you're not really like going deep into the thing. Like I defend them, but I also challenge them all the time.
Yeah,
because they're wrong about some things.
A sort of like dreamy, sort of like cloud-ish bubble appears right beside Professor Joshua Bellwether, and out steps Professor Milo Green, who is the Oneiromancy professor, and Professor Aerith Harvell. And as if creating a space between the four of them is within a swirl of like sort of like very like mystical arcane blue is Headmistress Dulcinea Abernathy. There's a tense silence that fills the air as she realizes who is there. All of you, make me a brains roll. Difficulty of 14. If you can't make it, don't worry about it. You don't have to roll. Unless you want adversity tokens.
Try. That exploded though, I think.
It did. But that is more than 5, so please take an adversity token.
You baby, 18.
Please take an adversity token. What?
Yo.
What? Damn. Oh my god.
So Anita rolled a 31 because they crit.
They exploded at them.
Yo.
Wow.
So
Wild.
This is the mastermind sweeper. This is the mastermind sweeper broom. Be smart as fuck on this broom. Period. Tell me all of your secrets, Kaleb.
So Amira and Marcus, this is a tense situation. You're just trying to figure out what's going on more so than what this look means. Marcus, you sort of look at the 3 people walking from the maroon Ford Ranger, and you're like, what if they hurt Pyrrhus? I can't let that happen. Amira, you recognize Rowan and are kind of immediately like, yeah, fuck you. So there's where your minds are. Also, thank you for having a handy-dandy pronunciation guide, because I know we've gone back and forth with your character's name.
I am so sorry, Lola.
I am so sorry. So, Juan, you notice it's like the headmistress is looking at a relative that they're happy to see, but the more they see of them, the more disappointed they feel internally.
All right.
And Detroit, with your 30 fucking 1, damn. Gosh. It is at this moment you sort of realize, oh no, whoever this person is flies immediately in the face and contradicts everything this woman stands for. They are using infernal magic. They got through these wards. They somehow found a way in. This is supposed to be a quote-unquote safe space for regimented magic, and here is this bit of chaos. You also recognize that look of a relative who is disappointed in a person becoming something other than the kind memory they have of that person. It is a look that says, you're not supposed to look like that. I know you to be this way. So why isn't your reality the same as mine? She sort of clears her throat and she gets that sort of like headmistress persona. You see the mask slip in that moment for just a few seconds. And she says, Rowan, you've changed your hair. It looks lovely on you. But I see you've brought a rather interesting pair of friends. And the person in flannel with sort of like short, messy, curly hair just goes, "Hey there, Headmistress. Remember me?" And then Professor Joshua Bellwether sort of like looks at Carrick. "Wow, it's been a while." "Hey, Prof. Yeah, I got down with the Hellfire. Not that that was a problem in the first place until she said something about it, right?" And he points right at Dulcinea Abernathy. The eyes sort of turn to Headmistress Abernathy because the professors start to recognize the face. And Amira, in your research with those yearbooks, you do recognize the face of Carrick Chamberlain, a person who graduated a few years before Rowan. Well, actually, no, they didn't graduate. They were forcibly kicked out.
Yeah.
Because of their use of infernal magic. They weren't exactly hiding it.
Yeah, the word on the street is that they were very much down with their infernal patron.
Yepity yep.
So I see Carrick, I see Rowan. Is there any introduction to the third person that came with him? Or
Not yet.
Can we ascertain that they're related?
Make a brains roll.
This is not my strongest stat. Why do I keep doing this?
Make a brains roll, difficulty of 10.
I believe in you.
Don't. I wouldn't. Oh, but I can spend.
Yes, you can. This is a planned action.
Spend
Yes.
4 adversity tokens to make that a 10.
Yes.
In this moment, you clock that they aren't related. This third person is not related to Rowan or Carrick, but they stand sort of. Is my camera askew? It is askew. Anyway, they sort of. This person sort of stands like at Rowan's side, and you kind of clock. Oh, he's protective of Rowan. This is a guardian's stance.
Right.
But they are letting Rowan, but he's letting Rowan take the lead on this. That's interesting. And you did clock that they were the shadowy bird that made the huge portal.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'm happy to have you here, Rowan, even if it's under these rather odd and tense. Please shut up. Stop trying to make this easier than it has to be. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure that we can talk about it in private and not in front of all of my students. No, I think it has to be exactly like this. And Rowan steps forward. Did you know that your headmistress doomed a man to insanity?
Cat probably steps a little forward on Dee's broom, licks their paw and lays down at the edge of it and is just saying in Dee's head ooh, mixed kid drama.
Ooh, this is messy, mixed kid drama. You got any popcorn?
Teppo does the same thing. He kind of pops out of my hat, just sits on the brim, and just
Rocky just
perched like a gargoyle.
Oh, everyone's familiar's coming out. I'm glaring daggers at Rowan.
around my neck, and it's just
and
right here.
Rowan sort of sees all the familiars coming out, and as Amira glares at them, there is, for just a moment, a very apologetic look. It feels sincere. You ain't gotta be. You ain't gotta forgive. That is within your right. But
like, until I know why, it's not that there's no forgiveness here.
Exactly. And all the professors sort of look at Dulcinea Abernathy like, you did what? You see, your headmistress is so against any sort of magic that isn't arcane and academic and regimented that she doomed my patron, gesturing to the man that was protective of Rowan, to be bound inside a person who has no aptitude for magic for 19 years. My uncle, by the way. Everyone's like,
I think I also started looking the headmistress.
You all know why she did it? I can tell you. Or do you want to, Dulcinea? Not the mixed kid calling their grandmother by their first name. I did it to protect you. You did it so that I wouldn't be quote unquote tainted by magic you can't subdue. Well, that's her thing, ain't it? Subduing magic. Making it all so nice and neat and orderly. So that she can be queen of the castle.
Juan's sitting back here going, yep.
I think Marcus has this there's you looked at the headmistress and then hearing that part is there's just look on his face that sort of resonates with what they're saying about the headmistress. He understands where they're coming from, and he kind of tugs at his collar on his turtleneck.
He may be coming at it the wrong way, but he's not wrong.
I mean, he got points.
I think the whole subdue thing is maybe making Emira think thoughts about this thing that's going around, this magic that people are losing, and whether there's a connection to anything else there. And that's something that they're probably going to have to spend a little bit of time looking into after this.
And then Carrick steps forward a bit more than Rowan. We never lied to each other. I was something that you didn't want to fucking understand. Oh, I understood you completely, Mr. Chamberlain. I understood that you were a menace. And Dulcinea starts to step forward. That you were a waste of talent. And that you cause nothing but woe everywhere you go. Then do something about it. You got the power. You kicked me out, but hey, I still came back, got through your wards. Do something about it. And as they say that, you see within their veins the brightest of hellfire sort of illuminates who they are. As their hands and fingertips start to become blackened with ash and the darkness of the hells. Come on, Dulcinea. Do something about it.
I think Marcus starts to move in front of Pyrrhus at this, with all this happening.
Pyrrhus has not, you can, Marcus, make me a brains roll, difficulty of 10.
Oh, this is also not a good roll for me. I'm doing it. Here we go, living life.
Take an adversity token. You can't. This is a look on Pyrrhus's face that you haven't seen before. This is weird. but they seem to be intently focused on this.
I'm moving into protector position.
How's Jane doing? Cause Dee came to back up Jane, who got that like curious look on her, but like, what's the vibe now?
Jane's reached for your hand and she's taken your hand as sort of a grounding presence.
Oh, that's different.
Because the thing that you know that Janira Evenwood hates the most is being uncertain.
Yeah.
And right now, this infernal southern ass former student is goading the headmistress, and it looks like she's about to go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to pull her onto the broom, and just like sort of whisper, like she obviously came here to find something out for a reason, and I want to help her and support her in that, as a good girlfriend does. But if she wants to leave at any point, all she has to do is give a signal, say a word, and we outie.
And as you make that clear, she sort of like looks at you and nods and gives you like a very warm smile and sort of squeezes your hand. Not saying that she wants to leave, but that she understands.
It is taking so much within Dee not to melt on the spot. But it's just gonna be like, yeah, cool. Turn back and just be feigning, like, listening, paying attention. Like, there are fireworks just going off in Dee's head. Are we getting married now?
What will this theme of the wedding be? Where will we honeymoon? I'm thinking.
Yeah. Like, God, I'm gonna need to like get a second job. Like,
when are we moving in together?
The wedding, like, and all of this is happening in Dee's head, and like, Kat is just being like looking back and just being like, what are you doing? What?
Kat is just like, why the fuck are you so damn sprung?
Well, no, I don't. I think Kat is just like. I think Kat is going to meow and just be like, quiet. I'm trying to pay attention to the drama. As Kat is wrapped in what is happening.
Kat just meows for just, wow. Sort of like saying, this is messy. And then Detroit's like, if you don't shut the fuck
up. No, Dee, I want to know. I need to know something. When you had Jane get up on the broom, is she just sitting there right in front of you, side saddle, and you're just kind of hugging her, right? Just, it's okay.
I feel like
we don't want Detroit to die.
Yeah, I feel like Dee is in front, like, just to like make sure that Dee is between Jane and the Hellfire. Okay. But she is so close right now. Like, I'm not sure how close she is, but like she's riding my broom, and wild.
We are adults. We are professionals.
That's all I can say. This is the best day ever.
So Carrot continues. Come on, you're queen of the castle. You're headmistress of this whole ass school. I should be nothing to you, right? So do it. End me. Go right the fuck ahead. Clear out this danger from your precious little school altogether. Come on. Do it. And you see Dulcinea like get more and more angry at this in a very how dare you? And without warning and without invocation, she launches a huge ass fuck all fireball at Carrick. But as it travels, you see it shrink, and the ferocity of the fire become nothing more than a mote of light that stops in front of Carrick's face as his own hellfire starts to recede, and then go into a little shower of lights. And we see Headmistress Abernathy's eyes go, like, sort of scan the crowd. And not that any of you are paying attention, but she clocks that Pyrrhus interfered with her spell. I will say, as the fireball is traveling, Amira and Juan, roll for me a brains check. Difficulty of 5.
Okay. If I don't get this, there is a reason why. But
Hey!
I do. Oh my gosh! I exploded twice.
Nice. Good
Twice.
job.
I think the reason why.
I gave you both this opportunity because Amira, it relates to Joshua Bellwether, and Juan, it relates to Aerith Harvell. So as the fireball goes, you see Joshua inhale as if he's about to shout out an invocation, or Aerith sort of like grabs his wrist and just shakes his head no.
Okay. As in, don't reveal yourself, or don't.
As in, don't interfere. Not now.
Yeah.
As it's a very slight don't.
Okay.
Let this. It's
Let us play out.
and
as it has to.
one you clock. It's a let this play out.
Okay. I'd like to use an adversity token.
Okay.
And play on one of my strengths, the intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
And just and see what. Let's see. Actually, just about my surroundings. Is there anything else going on around any of the other students, around the other teachers? I mean, even on the grounds themselves.
You notice that Professor Florescu and Professor Green are shocked that Headmistress Abernathy threw a fireball at someone, like with the intent to kill. Notably, Professors Bellwether and Harvell aren't shocked.
Okay.
You notice Headmistress Abernathy sort of glare daggers at Pyrrhus Sefton for just a second before Rowan steps in front of Carrick and goes, I want to hear your reasoning. I want to hear why you did it. And I pray that it's good enough.
Okay.
We've already made enough a show of this. If you want your privacy, so be it. And Dulcinea is just like, students, please go back to your houses. The rest of classes are cancelled for today. And with like a swish of her robe, she walks back into the academy with Rowan following after, and the man who is protective of Rowan, sort of hesitating before Kara goes, "Fucking get after him. That's your warlock." And then the man just goes, right, okay. And then just follows Nate transforms into a blackbird and flies after Rowan. Amira, you could stop Rowan.
I'm not going to because I'm slightly worried about other things right now. Because wards were broken. And what does that mean for how safe this place is? And is Carrick staying behind?
Carrick is staying behind. Carrick's staying near the truck.
Yeah.
You could ask him.
Yeah.
He seems to have cooled down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you all notice after this moment, after some of the teachers like move back and whatnot, and the quote-unquote threat is happening, you all realize, oh, Carrick wanted that to happen. Mm-hmm. Carrick wasn't going to do anything. He was just putting on a show. Mm-hmm. Wonder why.
I'll just turn to Pierce. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Marcus, I turn around to Pierce and you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You had a look that I've never seen on you before.
She was gonna kill him. I couldn't let that happen.
That was you?
And they nod.
Okay.
I don't care how powerful you are. You don't get to use magic for that reason. And Pyrrhus sort of like turns away and starts to walk back into the academy. A lot of stuff clearly on their mind.
I start to go after them. Then I just like take a step and then I stop and I go, hey, call me whenever. I'm here.
I know. And they sort of like give you the saddest and sweetest smile before going back towards their dorms.
And then I'll just look at everybody else. That happened, right? That happened just now?
I head on over to Marcus and say, hey, just so you know, Headmistress gave him the stink eye. You might want to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Professors Bellwether and Harvell are also lingering. Sort of making sure that you guys are gonna get back to your dorms.
Well, I think Amira has kind of waited for a lot of this to happen and has slunk forward to the car, or at least towards Carrick.
Howdy.
Hi. Carrick, right?
Don't wear it out.
Yeah. You said that you broke some wards to get in here. Just,
Oh yeah, no, that was a lie.
Okay.
The wards are still intact. It's just that when you teach your grandchild everything you know, they know how to subvert them and get through.
Okay. There's like
Don't
this.
worry. Don't worry your little head. You're fine. The wards are still intact. I just wanted to see what she would do.
There's this huge kind of like tension leaving their body. That thing. It's like, oh, okay.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't even know your name, and I don't want to pry, but you got something out there, don't you?
That's something. How well do you know Rowan? Because,
I met them a few weeks ago. They seem like a good sort. They're trying to figure out this whole Infernal Patron mess, and I found them on the road.
okay, but this is something you know well, right?
Darkness or infernal shit?
Oh, no, because of your Infernal Patron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been with my contract for a good 6 years at this point, I think.
Okay. That's cool. Just about Rowan though. Why would they try and contact me?
They contacted you, huh?
I think so. The shadow magic stuff.
From what I can tell about Rowan, they don't do anything without a good reason. And if they chose you, out of all these students, of all these classes, and all these people at this fucked up school, then there's a reason. Maybe because, well, if you're running from something, don't understand all of it, maybe they saw a sense of solidarity with you.
Right. Okay. I guess I will have to speak to them about it. Yeah. That's...
And don't mind the big guy right beside them. He just got out of Rowan's uncle and is trying to figure it all out. Patrons aren't really supposed to be like right next to the warlock, but I mean, something's going down. I'm curious on figuring out what's going down. That's why I'm here.
There's some weird, funky magic coming from that situation. But
it's almost
sorry,
like somebody, and then like Carrick very pointedly glances back at like what he assumes is the headmistress's office, but is really the Defense Against Harmful Magic's room. Because somebody decided to interfere. But, hey. We all interfere with things that we don't mean to.
Yeah. Speaking about interfering, you said subduing early. Yeah. What did you mean by subdue? Like,
I mean, have you not seen how she runs the school?
Yeah, it's I just there's just something going around, and I thought it could be related is all. Yeah.
The thing I've gleaned about Dulcinea Abernathy is that she wants to be in control all the time. And if she's not in control, she gets rid of what she's not in control of, the things she quote-unquote can't subdue. That's why she teaches arcane, regimented magic that everyone quote-unquote should learn, because the idea of arcane magic as a whole is sort of predicated on the idea that someone knows better than you and can teach you that. It's not about the personal connection you have with your magic. It ain't about what you feel about magic as a force. It's about what someone can impart upon you that will change your life. Never been one for that, as you can see. And he kind of like winks and like gives a peace sign as like his hands sort of like darken again and like his nails. So now that you're up close, you see that the nails sort of like grow into claws as like the hellfire just like shows up for a little bit and then disappears.
Right. Thank you. I will try and catch Rowan, I guess, later.
It won't be hard.
Yeah.
Tell Professor Bellwether thank you
okay.
for me.
Josh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I will.
And I think at that moment, you have a bit of solidarity with Carrick because you know exactly what he means. And what he means is thank you for believing in me. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how Joshua Bellwether believes in you.
Yeah.
Funny that. There are still Professors Bellwether and Harvell sort of lingering around as it seems that Carrick is content with waiting by his truck. The cold doesn't bother him as he's in like a light flannel and jeans in winter. Are there any more conversations that y'all want to have before we move forward?
Yeah, so I think Dee's going to slowly descend to the ground, sort of like land the broom so that like seems like the danger has passed, and will sort of like turn around and be like, so should I like dip us some strawberries in chocolate for later, or like that was intense, like, and I feel like so I have a home in Baltimore and I love my home in Baltimore, but like would you be like moving in with me, or would we be splitting our time between your family and my family? I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because this was the best day of my life.
I'm going to flip a coin, but the coin flip doesn't matter because I know what I want to do. Gorgeous. As you were about to go, on a serious note, Janira kisses you on the cheek and says, "Never change, Detroit DeVille," as she gets off your broom and starts to walk inside.
I think that
Detroit.exe
I think that
stopped
shuts
working.
Detroit up. Yeah, that shuts Detroit up. I feel like the broom like had been hovering and like Cat had been like relaxing on the broom, just like
as soon as the broom just drops, Cat goes fuck.
But no, I feel like once like Jane kisses me on the cheek, the broom just shoots up into the air and there's like a
which you hear as a fuck.
Yeah, like yeah, like a little speechless, just like focuses on getting out her like spell focus spell book and like doing some magic to get the broom to slowly descend again.
Make me a brains check.
Oh no.
Difficulty of 18. You can add your magic die.
Wow.
Wow.
This is a lot of feelings. It's a lot of feelings.
It is a lot of feelings. You're so right, bestie. Here we go.
All of you are out of pocket at the best of times, and I love all of you. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
And yeah, I should be getting a +1 to this because
you're
I
on your
have my
broom.
spell book.
And you're on your broom.
I'm not on my broom. Cat is on my broom, and Cat is very high in the air.
No.
So we're trying to get my familiar back down. Let's see how we do. What did I need?
18.
Yeah, that's just a
have adversity
failure by
tokens?
5 or more, and I think I'm gonna keep that. And
do you
grab
have
some adversity tokens. What happens
You
to my poor familiar?
can spend adversity tokens to meet it.
I can.
This is a plan.
But I think it's funnier if I don't. So
as you fail by 5 or more, you see the broom with like a trail of magic trace out the words Janira Evenwood and then make a big ol' heart around it before coming down. It's visible to everyone. And then Cat looks like he's been to war.
Truly.
And is glaring daggers at specifically you.
I didn't even mean to do that last part. That's wild, cuz
I'm gonna lean over to Juan and I'm like, I think D likes Janira.
Yeah, I think so. And that's why I don't like flying. See, things just go crazy when you see, don't trust flying. That's what happens.
Oh, my broom's kind of cool.
I mean, I guess so. Did
Cat
you know?
sort of like gets off the broom kind of shakily and shakily walks up to you, Juan, to look at Teppo. And in English, Cat goes, "Mayhaps I judged you harshly." Before walking shakily into the academy.
It's just like Tempo
Mayhaps
just goes Brett.
Mayhaps Cat has a life flash before his eyes.
Marcus, I just look at Rocky on my. He's still like right here. I just look at him and I just, can you talk?
Always have, friend. Is
Okay.
fire friend okay?
That's new. No, they are not. Can you do me a favor? Actually, can you go look after them for me, please?
I will also look after Redbird friend.
Yeah.
If you remember, Pyrrhus has a cardinal as a familiar. So Rocky just slithers on.
Let me know if anything happens. Thank you.
I
I'm
pulled
just
Tempo
laughing.
down.
Oh, sorry. I'm just laughing at the fact that Marcus King has had a familiar this whole time and just doesn't
Didn't
know that.
notice.
It's like straight up Marcus King like energy in that like respect.
Himbo Dragon King.
And
It's
I
true.
pull Tempo down and have him in my hand. Don't. I know. I don't want to know. I put him back on my hat.
I think Teppo winks to the audience.
Well,
yeah. I think Dee's gonna shout after Cat and just be like, "Walk it off, bestie, it'll be okay." With just the biggest smile that just like is not going off of their face. And we'll just like go up to the group and be like, "Wow, this is a beautiful day, right?" It's just wow. What a great day. This has been lovely. How are y'all doing?
Good morning,
I'm doing great.
Sunshine.
There's a look on Marcus's face that he looks like I look like I want to say something, but then I don't say that, and instead I say, "That was a lot."
Roll for me, Marcus. A charm roll.
Oh,
Just let me know what you get.
Oh, bestie. Oh, that's my lowest one.
Am I shaking hands with you? Clearly we are. Lowest charm in the book.
That's a 2.
If y'all want to insight check this, make me a brains roll of difficulty of 2.
Look, my charm is my D4, okay?
Jesus Christ.
None of us have to try very hard.
Still just barely, though. It's why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 24, yeah.
So all of you can kind of call Marcus out on this if you'd like. Because he's clearly hiding something.
And I think at this point in talking with her peers, Dee realizes, oh yeah, we did just watch the headmistress attempt to murder someone on campus in front of everyone. And we'll be like, oh my god, I'm really sorry. I got caught up in my things. That was scary, right? There was like a huge fireball and people almost got really hurt. That was inappropriate of me. Is everyone okay? Does anyone need to talk about things? Marcus, are you all right?
Yeah, physically. My brain? No. Heart. I'm worried about Pierce. The fireball went it was like, and then it was like, meh. And then, yeah.
I just re-upped on my flour. I can make ginger pear, cinnamon cookies, invite everyone to History of Magic House. Everybody that was present, everybody that needs to chat about anything that happened, spontaneous event now that classes are canceled. We're gonna do that. Okay?
Yeah.
And we can all talk, or not talk, and just have a calming space with some sweets to be in.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I don't suppose you'll come with me to speak to the herbology professor.
Oh, absolutely. I will come with you. Yeah, I gotta talk with her and see if they're okay.
Yeah. But I'll join after. We'll join after, I guess. Yeah.
Professor Joshua Bellwether walks up to all of you. Well, that was scary, but it seems that you are handling it all in stride, which is a little weird, but, resilience. We need to get you all inside.
I point up into the sky. Some of us better than others.
Yeah, you just like see D flying off and just being like, History of Magic Common Room, 1 hour, cookies, tea, warm drinks, anything. Like, just spread the word. History of Magic Common Room. And we'll fly off to begin baking.
Professor Bellwether starts to sort of like usher you all back in, looking at you, Emira, for just a second.
Mm-hmm. I just, this whole thing got me thinking, Joshua. I wanted to talk to Professor Florescu. Florescu, sorry. I just suddenly lost the names.
No worries.
I wanted to, what happened to their students? Are they?
And it's then you realize that most of the herbology students have been taken out by this sickness.
Yeah, like what?
Like a good 85%.
Where are they?
And out of the two main divination professors, Milo Green and Aerith Harvell, Milo's taking it a bit harder than Aerith.
Mm-hmm. But Milo is, they're both around.
No, Aerith is around. Aerith and Joshua are around.
Oh, I thought Milo,
Milo
came
walked
in a
inside
cloud.
very they did,
okay.
and brought Aerith with him, but he left with Professor Florescu and all the other students while you all lingered around.
Yeah,
and it seemed that Professors Bellwether and Harvell stayed around to make sure that you were still sort of quote unquote sanctioned and still watched over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think speaking with Professor Florescu is a very good idea, Emira.
Yeah. And I guess if Professor Green is with Professor Florescu, then I can speak to them both. I've been in class, but yeah.
Do I want to be cruel to you? Because the difficulty is set. As Professor Bellwether is speaking with Emira and going like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think that is a good idea, but still sort of like putting on that stage presence. Mm-hmm. For those who want to see if there's something behind this, roll for me a charm roll difficulty of 17.
What?
Oh, I'm not even gonna try.
I'm not paying attention.
Like, that's not even a thing that I could even like. I also have the D4 as my charm stat.
Can I roll for the adversity token?
Sure.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for the adversity token.
This is a planned action. You can pool your adversity tokens together to give to one person.
Okay.
Oh.
I have a D4.
I also have a D4.
So like,
D has a D12, but D is making cookies.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, besties.
yeah, baby.
Oh.
Marcus and I, Charm Kings. Boom, boom.
Take your adversity tokens. You don't clock it. Take your adversity tokens. You don't clock it.
How many adversity tokens?
One.
Just one.
Just
okay.
one. You're not. No.
Come on. That was 15.
You know what?
That was 15.
You know what? By 15, sure. All of you take 2 adversity tokens.
All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Since you beefed it so big.
I rolled.
Y'all are just the
I'm
opposite of
like,
charming. You,
Yeah.
Like,
Funny
I love
enough,
the
when you're on
description.
run, you
I love
don't.
the description of the 15 or more. The failure is staggering and catastrophic.
How do y'all embarrass yourselves in front of Professor Bellwether? I'm very curious.
For someone that knows Joshua so well, I'm just so preoccupied with what's going on in my head that I've just not clocked it at all. Oblivious.
How do you two, the dynamic duo, beef it very hard in front of Joshua Bellwether?
I go. So because I noticed, so Joshua, did Joshua arrive first, or did they
Yes.
arrive together with?
They arrived first.
Okay, so what I say, the instructions that Joshua gave us was you saw nothing, and
If
so
you saw something, no, you didn't.
and so straight up out loud, I say, so what the hell was with the stairs?
Joshua just puts on a big old smile and say, "What stairs? What do you mean?"
That leaves it open for you, Marcus.
Marcus just goes, I imagine that Marcus, because I rolled a 1, everybody. I want you to know this.
Yeah, you did.
So I think there's 2 things that happen that that embarrasses him. Is that he just goes, stairs. I met Pierce on some stairs. And then he falls. Face first, like.
Tripping over imaginary ones right now.
Ow. My nose. Oh. Hold on.
Pyrrhus has a nose.
I like beers.
And like, I reach into my pocket. I'm like, I got something for that, and I pull out this like wad of like weeds. It's got like some stick, and I just like stick it on your face. Hold this tub right there; it'll soak up the blood.
Oh, thank you. I gotta hold on. I gotta set it first. Ah, don't look. It's a crack.
And Joshua goes, "Oh." But even in your beefing of this moment, you notice that Professor Aerith Harvell has not moved yet. They're sort of standing out there. Not looking at Carrick, but just sort of like looking off. Detroit, you can't do anything about this because you're baking.
The most delicious cookies, like whistling in the kitchen. There's an
Yeah, baby.
apron that says "Kiss the Cook." It's
Marcus and Juan are practicing their comedy routine.
It's perfect, yeah.
Amira, you can very easily sort of like just like a boop, 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 slip up
Yeah.
from under.
Yeah, I don't have the unassuming strength for nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah. In my distraction, I'm distracted with this, so I'm gonna just dip. Like, Professor Havel. What are you...
Oh, hi.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, it's not about waiting. It's about knowing what's to come.
Ah. Is there...
I don't usually tell people this, but we are in a very, very dumb path.
Is there any way off it?
No. Not in ways that wouldn't make it worse.
Right. Well... Any hints? You know? Just for preparation.
And Aerith gives you a very sad smile and just asks, do you know what prophecy does to a kid?
I have some idea.
I'm not going to
As
do
a-
that to any of you.
Yeah. The others are very lucky.
I do know you're going to be okay.
I hope so.
And even as dark as it is, you'll figure it out. Phone, by the way. Phone. As Aerith
Yep.
walks past
Yep.
and your phone starts to chime a little.
Yeah. We'll scramble to get it out.
It is a little text from Joshua Bellwether that says, come talk to me later today, please.
Okay.
Just whenever, okay?
I'll shoot Joshua a text back being like, of course, I'll swing by after I've talked to Professor Franesco and Green, ?
He just sends back a gif of like, this is his humor because it's my humor. It's a gif of Trixie Mattel just going, sort of like staring at the camera and just going a thumbs up. I'll find the gif and put it in. It's in the Discord chat.
I feel like I should know what this means, other than okay, that's probably it feels bad.
It's a thumbs up.
Okay.
Why is my professor sending me gifts? That is so weird.
No, we're friends. We're close. You know?
It's all good.
So as the four of you go off into your nights, are there any scenes that we would like to have? I know that Amira and Juan want to find Professors Florescu and Green. Detroit's doing the cooking by the book.
He's gonna send some special cookies to Miss Janira.
Ooh. Heart cookies.
So many desserts. Like there's a whole oven and counter setup. Like there's an oven counter setup for everybody, and there is just as much space dedicated just for like all of the things that Dee is baking for Janira specifically. Yeah, it's a lot.
Marcus, what are you doing? Let's focus in on you.
Marcus, I go to the cafeteria. The plan here, and then I go get a cup.
Okay.
And then I walk to Pierce's room.
Okay. So with your cup, you knock on Pyrrhus's door, and Pyrrhus, for one of the few times you've seen it, has their hair down. Like, so like these sort of like bright, like beautifully like fiery orangey curls that sort of like fall down to like just past their collarbone. Marcus, hi.
Hey, is it okay if I come in? Is that all right?
Of course, yeah. And Pyrrhus lets you in, and their room is it's cozy. It's warm. Like, light bed sheets because they run hot. Various like art pieces, and like there are some so like art pieces like related to like ballet and fire, and then there is a framed photo of Pyrrhus in the middle of like 3 other people at being the shortest. One is this sort of like person, black person nearing their 30s, like with sort of like red and black box braids with a sort of smirk on their face. Another is in blue, very sort of like, they seem the most rigid of the 3 other people, with their shorter like braids sort of like underneath like a bit of a ball cap. And the third looks absolutely gorgeous, like absolutely extravagant, like green velvet and like high fashion. It seems that the ones in blue and green are twins.
Hi. Are these your siblings or?
Cousins, actually. I visited Temperance, the one in red, in Egypt.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That's cool.
Yeah, they taught me a few things.
Are you? I'm just holding the cup like in my hand. It's empty. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Our headmistress tried to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Everyone's so scared and not talking about it. I guess they don't know how to feel. And those who weren't there, who didn't see it, are just like, yeah, whatever, you're lying. So, I don't know, it's all a big mess, and I'm trying to understand it, and I'm trying to understand if she had a good reason for it, but I don't know if she had a good reason for it, because I don't know if any of her reasons are good now from what that Rowan person said. And you can see like the gold rings and necklace start to heat up and start to become red hot.
Hey, I go to take their hand, and for the first time, this time we've been playing, I try to use my magic to cool them down, or to help them cool down, and I try to I create a sort of cold water in my hands.
Charm roll difficulty of 2.
Oh, that's doable.
Add magic.
Oh, lovely. Magic. Hey. 5.
So you help cool them down, and Pyrrhus sort of like looks at your hand intertwined with theirs and sort of like looks up at you. Huh.
What?
You've never done this before.
Well, you're distraught, or you're sad, man. I just want to help you.
I guess I'm a lot of things, huh? And their hands sort of like intertwines their fingers with yours, as if sort of holding on to something tightly.
You're a lot of things, but never anything bad. Okay? What you did is right, and you should be proud of it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So I came here because that whole thing that person said about Headmistress, and it really got me thinking. And I've been lying to you.
You're part dragon.
You knew.
You always wear turtleneck sweaters, even in the summer. You have a dragon scale for an earring.
That's fair, but
I'm a
anybody could have
cultures, Marcus. I'm a cultures of magical creatures major.
But I mean, anybody could have a a dragon scale earring. It's not like one fell off one day for me, and I put it. It is like one day.
Ask around a lot about specifically dragons.
They're cool. Yeah.
Yes, they are. And you're cool. I figured it out freshman year.
Well, that was a while ago. Okay.
I just wanted you to come to tell me in your own time.
I was afraid of getting, kicked out. This is the only place I can learn about. The only place I know of that I can learn about what I am. I mean, Marcus isn't even my real name, but it's that earlier. Scary, and I wanted somebody to know.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for being you.
You said earlier that I'm a lot of things. Or I said that I'm a lot of things, but I realized that there's something I'm not. So, can I ask you something?
Large gulp. Yeah.
Can I be yours? Sorry, I know that's a big ask, and I I really like you, and you're very you're very cool, and you've always been cool, and you've always been kind to me, and you've always you haven't ever tried to get closer to me to advance your own things, and you don't look at me like I'm some sort of meal ticket to something better, and I'm so glad that you are the kind of person
I pull them close and wrap my arm around their waist and take their hand like we're about to dance, and I just say, "You're hot," and then I kiss them.
Yes. Detroit. As the party starts to slow down, everyone goes back to their dorms and the vibes slow down. It's you and Janira. I think this is what everyone needed. Especially after I had Mistress trying to kill someone.
Yeah. Attempted murder. Also, allegations of kidnapping.
The binding of an infernal patron to someone with no aptitude of magic.
Yeah. Serious allegations. Federal charges that's... I was distracted back when the scene was happening, but like getting everyone.
I bet you were.
Yeah. And people are real shook up. I'm glad I could do this, though. That's why they made me the best prefect in all of Abernathy Academy.
Second best.
Well, how can I argue with that face? And I think that D is just going to like sort of collapse a little onto the sofa because it was a long day and they did do a lot today. And
I think Jane
they're
collapses
just really
beside
tired.
you. I really do like you, you know. I play coy, but I do. I don't know, it just feels like I don't deserve, and before she can continue, a knock comes on your door.
Oh God, yeah. So, guess this is happening in my dorm room. Fuck. I'm a prefect. I can't have personal time just by myself. I have to be available to everyone at every time.
Detroit,
There-
it is Professor Yoshida.
Well, that's weird. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. I guess like
I suppose
he
we'll
keeps an
continue this
open door
afterwards.
policy and we'll just be like, okay, come in.
And Professor Jacqueline Yoshida sort of like enters and closes the door behind her. I'm sorry I missed the cozy celebration.
Not really a celebration, just like a get together, campus event sort of thing. It was like the headmistress has some allegations. I've heard of problematic colleges and like CEOs before and presidents of colleges being problematic. I get that comes with college, but like attempted murder while also being accused of kidnapping and like illegal binding spells. There
Yes, it is all.
There is a lot here.
There is.
Is there something you need from us, Professor?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about the Apate Moon Festival. Engineer goes, it's bullshit, right?
Are you serious right now? Is this I'm like D has had a facade of just like, okay, like gotta be D, gotta be like personable and like available for everyone. And the fact that like the astronomy head came into my personal space room on a day where we're not supposed to have classes to interrupt me connecting with Janira with the fake Apate Moon Festival.
And then Janira goes, it's bullshit, right?
Are you serious right now? Like the facade drops and it's just like,
as soon as Janira says it's bullshit, right? You see a weight lift from Professor Yoshida. It's like, I can talk to someone about this.
like
Okay.
you came into oh you've been holding that in. Okay, all right. I guess you need to talk now. Okay, come on in. I'll put some tea on, I guess.
I actually have a thermos and cups, so you don't have to.
Alright, what is going on with the headmistress making a fake moon festival?
And Dr. Yoshida opens their pack, sets out like 3 little travel-sized cups and like a nice little thermos of green tea, just like a nice calming, nice tea. And she sets it aside. I'm not supposed to say this as a professor, but I don't know, and it is stupid.
Okay.
It is stupid, and I don't understand why we are doing this.
The thing is, yeah, the headmistress is keeping some secrets. Because obviously the curfew is doing nothing to slow the spread of whatever sickness is going about the school. And also, it's one thing that, like, none of the students know what an Apate Moon Festival is. The fact that you weren't consulted about a moon festival as head of astrology and astronomy in this school, there are many secrets apparently being kept.
Also,
so I guess we need to...
I do not know if you caught this, but during that announcement, I noticed that Professor Harvell, because she's like, still gotta be a professor, still gotta be a professor, still gotta be a professor, this is bullshit, and I can finally talk about how much bullshit this is, but still gotta be a professor. It's like when you're among your people. I noticed that he rolled his eyes. I think we're on a path that he knows about, but is not telling anyone about.
Okay.
Because if there's anything about Professor Harvell, it's that he doesn't interfere unless he absolutely has to.
So cool, bestie. Alright.
And with the rumors that are
should...
circulating about Dulcinea attacking someone, going to kill someone, were you two there?
Rumors. Confirmed. We were there.
Oh,
we
fun.
were there.
Great. Lovely.
That was a thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we should probably, like, as prefects and, like, representatives of the student body, have a talk or a chat or, like, have some, like, gathering of just the students, lay out some facts, and figure out what the student body wants to do with the information moving forward. Because this is something new.
Should not be telling you this. And then Janira sits forward. I am part of a council of professors that Headmistress Abernathy tends to attempt to listen to. We're meeting tomorrow morning. If there are any concerns that you would like for me to bring up as you talk to the students, I will have your back.
And
it's not a great solution, but it steps.
Yeah, and is immediately going to start spilling tea. Just about, how can the astrology department do anything when there's a curfew by sundown? Because minor in astrology, Jane is a major in astrology. Mm-hmm. People have not been doing shit.
Not to mention any of the herbology students that have night blooming plants they have to take care of, like anything related to the night.
Yeah, there's
you tried to kill someone.
Yes, that is also a fact. Yeah, like we get it. Schools are problematic. Headmistresses and headmasters are also problematic and have pasts where they've done bad things. We get it. We've seen the news. But, like, this could be a very big scandal. I'm not sure how the law works since we're in, like, sort of a demi-plane. But, like, I'm sure there's some, like, magic governing, like, body that like presides over demi-planes that would not be happy with the kidnapping and attempted murder and all of that happening. So there's gotta be some sort of
crosses
statement.
Professor Yoshida's face, and she goes, "Oh no." With the gravity of what Dulcinea Abernathy has done, it would be in the hands of an organization called Obsidian.
I'm a history of magic major. I should know all about Obsidian, thinks D.
Roll for me your
GM.
brains roll. Difficulty of... you're a history of magic major. 12.
Okay. That's totally doable.
Yeah.
Here we go. Just the stat.
This is a planned action, so you can't add adversity tokens. Excuse me while I pull something up.
Bestie.
You know what?
God.
Re-roll it. Everyone gets one.
I get one?
Everyone
get
gets
one
one free
reroll.
reroll. Yep.
Do I want to spend it on this? I'll do it. I just realized the reroll existed.
Because
Let
that's
me learn
dumb.
about Obsidian.
That's dumb. I refuse what the dice say in this moment. You know Obsidian as a... They've been active for a few decades at this point. Not half a century, but a few decades. They are the observational supernatural intelligence directive invested in aiding nations. They're sort of like this universe's shield. They make sure that supernatural creatures are protected and cared for, and when someone gets way out of line, like notably out of line, because things happen, right? Magic happens, murders happen, accidents happen. But with the severity of, I bound an infernal patron to a man that did not deserve it or was not bound to said patron, and caused him to suffer several mental breaks over the course of 19 years. That's fucking egregious, and they might step in.
Oh, the magic feds. Yeah, that would be appropriate, I guess. Oh, is the school going to be under investigation? Are we going to be able to, like, have classes for the rest of the semester?
From what I know about their director, she would want to make sure that your education is not hindered. Their eyes are mostly going to be on the headmistress. But I don't know how they're going to get word of this, as they haven't gotten word already.
I mean, the students, when we get them together, they're probably gonna want to call some authority to, like, deal with our murderous headmistress. Like, if it was a thing like, this happened today, so
Unless someone has a direct connection to an Obsidian agent, they probably won't hear about it for a little bit.
I mean, do they have, like, a phone number or a website? Like, I feel like there should be a place to log in complaints.
They do.
Well, thank you, Professor Yoshi. Lovely tea. Like, this is great. We should do this more often. You are
We
my
definitely
favorite
should.
professor at this school.
You're two of my favorite students.
But, like, I'm the favorite, right? Like,
Engineer is like leaning in, just like, go ahead, say it. And Professor Yoshida looks in between the two of you and goes, oh, well, that's my time. In the coming days, please take care of yourselves and know that there are professors here that will stand behind you. I'm one of them.
Yeah, we'll, like, gather up the cups, we'll, return them to Professor Yoshida, and, yeah, just thank them for stopping by. That was really nice. There's a professor that is, like, going to hear us out and support us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, that has really distracted the more pertinent and, like, bigger question of, like, us for Dee and Jane, and now they are talking about, okay, how are we, like, at least for Dee is thinking very much on how do we, like, move forward, like, talk about, like, the prefect duties that is, like, happening. That is what Dee is thinking about.
Janira,
but if Jane is, like,
Janira sort
elsewhere,
of checks the time. I should probably get back to my dorm.
oh, allow me to fly you there.
It's all right. But before we were rudely interrupted, I wanted to say I really do like you. It's just that some days I don't think I deserve you. So don't ever change Detroit DeVille. Because fortunately for you, you have an even one by your side. And she winks at you and then leaves.
Yeah, like, I think it is twice now that, it is twice now today that Jane has left Dee a little speechless, this time confused. Cause Jane is intelligent, capable, a leader, smart. Like, Jane is so much. Why wouldn't she think that she is deserving of good things? And there's like there's like a good like couple minutes of just like, what is going on? Before I think Kat walks in through the cat door in my dorm.
Y'all done being gay?
Yeah, I think Kat just pees in the corner. That Kat pees in when Kat is upset with me. I will deal with that and you later. And I think she's gonna like grab her broom and fly out after Jane.
As the two of you do so, we cut to Amira and Juan, who have found Professors Florescu and Green. They are sort of like in a back corner of the dining hall, with like some nice mugs of tea, coffee for Professor Green. Professor Green, I didn't describe earlier, is like around like 5'10", kind of like Robert Sheehan, like kind of like willowy and like sort of floppy brown hair with big bags under his eyes and this sort of like psychedelic clothing sense, contrasted to the earthy tones of Professor Florescu. Oh, well, hello, you two. What are you doing up so late?
Well, we just... Given everything that happened today, we were just wanting to talk to you. Is gonna, like, slightly elbow Juan to be like...
Yeah, Amira wanted to ask him this question, and I wanted to check in on you, Professor Florescu. You seem kind of upset.
I am upset. My house has been decimated.
Yeah, it really has been.
The students under my watchful eye have been taken away from me.
Sorry, when you say taken away, where are they?
Most of them have returned home because their parents do not want them to be in a place where they lose their magic. Some of them, however, stay here in the infirmary, but I cannot see them.
Oh. But have you heard from the ones that have gone home? They're...
Only rumors from other students. I am not on the Instagrams or the social media. I think it is very depressing, the spelling on those apps.
Right. Yeah, I'm really sorry about... No, like, I'm really sorry that your house has been taken ill. Like, is there anything... I guess it's your entire house, if not most. Like, what connects them? Or...
I do not know. It is odd. We have never had any problems at Abernathy Academy. Not before this year, and my good friend Milo has tried to help me. And darlings, the dreams are not giving me anything.
Wait,
You're
Professor...
familiar with a neuromancy, yes?
Yeah. I am. I'm not a big fan of dream prophecies, personally, but...
No, you're a very grounded individual, aren't you, Juan?
Indeed, yes I am. Dreams are hard to interpret. I don't fully trust them. But just to clarify, I mean, we're not allowed to go, obviously, see, we're students, but you're saying that you're not allowed to go see the students? But you're the herbology professor. Why wouldn't they let you in?
The headmistress has told us that it'd be risk of infection.
But...
We are just as confused as you. I just want to make sure they're okay.
How many
There's nothing
students
wrong with that.
are just in the... Are they... Are just
Most
in the...
of them have gone home to their families.
Yeah.
But 8, I believe, 9 students still remain here in the infirmary.
Are they? How long are they staying here before they're sent home?
Well, there's a depressing thing, isn't it? Some of them can't go home just yet.
What do you mean?
Some of their families are not ready or willing to take them before the semester ends. They think it'll be a big old hubbub. And some are some of the wards of the professors.
Oh, okay. So you meant more of socially they're being held back here. Okay. I thought you meant that. Okay, never mind. All right, I understand.
And having students here, from what Headmistress Abernathy has told us, who have been infected with this, can give us more data and information about how this sickness and illness.
You're not allowed to
affects.
see them. How are you supposed to gather data? And the professors whose wards they are they allowed to see them?
They both sort of look at each other and are silent.
It's just the headmistress, isn't it?
We are... Oh, goddess. We are trying to trust in the direction things are going, but the fact that I haven't seen anything is concerning.
Well, we
And
all
if
know
Aaron
she's
sees
homicidal. Or at least she did just try and kill someone today.
I think of that. Some of the plants, like nearby, sort of like start to grow rapidly and start to become thorned. I do not understand why I cannot see my students. And I do not understand what the whole idea of this is. I am trying to have faith in a person that took a chance on me, but I cannot keep giving her more chances. And some of the plants shatter out of their pots. Calm down, dearie. Calm down, Lady Green. It's okay. Cool it. Breathe. And the plants sort of like go back to where they were, and Professor Milo Green sort of like whips up a spell to repair the plants. It's complicated on all sides, dearies. We are unfortunately, just as much in the dark as you are. And that's not groovy.
No. And yet, I feel like you don't have to be. Or are you saying you have less agency than we do?
I know what you're doing, and I like it. You've got moxie, and I love that about you. Emirat is right. We need answers. And if Aerith is not going to tell you anything, then we need to find out the answers ourselves.
One thing that Professor Harvell did say is that we are on a silly path, and there is not much... Well, there isn't really anything we can do to get off it that wouldn't make it worse. So we might as well lean into this.
That means knowing Aerith that there is a solution already in hand. What that is, well, he's the seer, I'm the Oniromancer. There's a big line of difference between the two of us.
And yet, I think that solutions don't just make themselves evident, they have to be found and put into action, even if they are seen.
Well, that's like Aerith too. I know he's got a good heart, and by inaction, he's spurring everyone else to action. That's what he does. Annoying, but very, very useful. We need to bring this up before the council.
Council?
Fuck it, it's late at night. Don't tell the other professors I cursed in front of you.
Who cares?
And you can see that Professor Green's permanently exhausted. There's a collection of 8 of us professors who form a council that brings concerns up to Headmistress. I'm sorry, brain's not here, dearies. Before Headmistress Abernathy, we're meeting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It is myself, the lovely Professor Florescu, Professors Harvell and Bellwether, Professor Yoshida, Professor Agosti, and Professor Vigoro. Ugh. He just, after saying Professor Vigoro, he just goes, ugh.
When? Okay. Joshua didn't. Okay.
Dearie, I know that he's close to you, but if he didn't tell you, maybe it's because he's trying to protect you. Or understand that the best ways of getting things done are outside the scopes of his limitations. And Professor Green gives you a wink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After all, you kids have moxie.
Well, I guess that's why we're just gonna ignore the fact that we're all after curfew. Kind of stupid, right?
I won't tell if you won't.
Of course.
Be careful, you two. There are forces at play that not all of us understand. And I do not think it is going to have an easy solution. We may not even figure it out before the end of the semester and this silly moon festival that does not exist.
Yeah. That is something that's been going around. And your council, it hasn't come up?
As much as Professor Yoshida wants it to come up, things turn to different matters. But if you are also feeling dissension, that cannot be ignored. Especially if our students feel unsafe.
Students feel as... You said yourself, 80% of your students have been taken ill. I think that's...
And as you sort of remind her of that fact, that sort of sadness comes back.
Mm-hmm. I think there is a high level of concern.
Get some rest, both of you. We'll see you all in classes tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as the two of you walk back and all of you, dynamics changed, relationships blossoming, and secrets yet to be uncovered. We're going to call it for this episode of Abernathy Academy. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh gosh, I need some more coffee. Feel free to reintroduce yourselves. My lovely cast, my name is Kaleb Wade. I am your MC. My pronouns are he, they, so he, him, and they, them are applicable. You can find me on most places except Twitter. I got off Twitter. I no longer have a Twitter account or an X account. I just deactivated it and said, fuck it. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, actually, all at Kaleb is Balak. That is KalebIsBelak. You can find this podcast where you're listening to it right now. And you can also find some of my stuff on YouTube. I play games sometimes. I've been streaming sometimes. And I promise I'm going to get back into recording. I promise. It's in a slow... Mental health's a bitch, y'all. And I've been going through it recently. It'll probably be better by the time y'all hear this. But let's reintroduce ourselves, starting with Anita.
That's me, everybody. I have been Detroit DeVille, the happiest woman alive. And you can find me at Anita the Lesbian on the Twitters and on the TikToks. You can also find me at Elliot Andrews Productions, where I'm a recurring member on the Infinity City podcast. So yeah, check it out if you like teen superheroes going through it. But yeah, that's me. I'll pass it back to you, Kaleb.
Lola.
Hello, I am Lola, and you can find me at Third Volt Guns in most places. Amira you can only find in Abernathy Academy at the moment. But yeah, Third Volt Guns pretty much everywhere, apart from itch.io, where I am releasing more games under Johnson O'Fair.
More shoddy.
I am Warshadi. I play Juan Talapa, someone who just doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. You can find me on Twitter as more_shoddy, more shoddy everywhere else. I'm currently not doing anything other than Abernathy Academy, but I will be starting to stream on Sundays with a bunch of my friends playing Overwatch. So you can catch me on Twitch as more shoddy, being really bad at Overwatch because we have one friend who's really good at Overwatch.
Do I have to get back into Overwatch? Do I have to?
Probably, yeah.
No.
Because here's the thing. Guess what? I just hit 50 followers after 3 years.
Yay!
Nice.
Not that it matters. I never want to actually be affiliate. I just want to accidentally fall into it.
That's fair.
Otherwise, you can just find me anywhere, everywhere. You'll probably go, hey, I think I know that name. So I will hand it back to you, Kaleb.
Last but certainly not least, Extel.
Hello, everyone. That's me. I'm Extel. You can find me at Extra the King. This is who I am. Hello. You can find me at Extra the King on all the socials. My pronouns are he, him. I've been playing Marcus. King, also he, him. You can catch me on Take Your Roll, which is a platform where I run a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called Blood Tax. We're not back yet. We will be in January, though, so for season 3. So check that out and watch me put my players through, absolute emotional torture.
By the time this comes out, you might be back already.
Yeah. So check it out. You watch me make my players cry. Consented, of course. They asked for it. They literally make me cry, and I was like, I got you. Successful so far.
I got you.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, make sure that your familiars are secured on your brooms. Bye, everybody.
Shh, that's cruel.
Thank you for listening to Abernathy Academy, a Kids on Brooms game for Crendemented actual plays. This season was recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity, with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and emceed by Kaleb Wade. Hey, that's me, the voice that is saying all this right now. Our third season performers are Anita, Extal, Morshadi, and Lola. If you'd like to follow the development of the podcast and get updates on when episodes are coming out, please feel free to follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram at KalebIsBelak. That's KalebIsBelak. I'm not sure if there will be a podcast Blue Sky, but I am thinking about it. Links to where you can find our cast will also be in the description below. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving a rating and review on wherever you find us and follow. It helps us get out to more people. Also, we're now on YouTube. All of Season 1 and 2, as well as our one-shots, are a part of Crendement Presents, so consider giving us a follow. I also do video game stuff on there, so if you've ever wanted to see me cackle at, I don't know, me being bad at playing Lara Croft Tomb Raider, feel free. It's a fun time. We'll be back with the next episode soon, so keep your magical implements at the ready, stay safe, and remember that you are loved and not alone.